Hey guys, so often Jesus parables are really short a lot of times, and we just can skip right over them, not even think about them much. But there is a parable he tells um, in Luke 13 where there's the owner of a vineyard, and he has a worker there who's in charge of like doing the work for the vineyard, and he has a fig tree planted. And at the end of 3 years, the owner of the vineyard, who is like God, comes to the comes to the vineyard and basically says, "Why is this fig tree not producing any good fruit after 3 years? Like, chop it down. Why is it even taking up space? Why is it taking up the ground?" But the worker in the vineyard says, "Well, hang on. Let me at least for another year fertilize it, dig around it, and see if it will produce any good fruit in the fourth year." And you know what happens? God, in his infinite mercy and patience, like he often has with us, he says, "Okay, I'll let that go. And so let's see if it produces any fruit in this fourth year. But if it doesn't, make no mistake, if it doesn't, the owner of the vineyard says after that fourth year, chop it down." And it reminds me of the prophet John the Baptist when he said the axe is already laid at the root of the tree. In other words, ready to chop it down if it doesn't produce good fruit. And we have to be so careful as Christians not to be like what the apostle Peter said. He described those Christians who had forgotten, they became ineffective because they had forgotten that they were cleansed from their past sins and they were living unfruitful, unproductive lives. And so I encourage you today and warn you that you have to be so careful, because if you continue in a lifestyle of not producing good fruit, your tree will be chopped down like it talks about in that parable, and thrown into hell. The Bible specifically talks about those trees that are chopped down, they are thrown into the fire. And so read your Bible, read your New Testament. Here are a few ways that you can be, let me just read these to you, that you can be more productive as a Christian, more fruitful. Care for the suffering. Forgive 70 times, 7 times. Forgive a lot, an infinite amount. Let your light shine before men. Do for the least of humanity as you would do for Jesus. Don't swear. And don't insult or call anyone a fool. There are, of course, hundreds, if not thousands, of more things you can do as you read through the New Testament, as you read through the Bible and pray. But that just gives you a jump start. Let us live productive, faithful lives as Christians. God bless.